Hello there. Today I bring to you a classic from the 90s named The Ghost and the Darkness. The movie is about a true nerve-wracking ordeal of a bridge engineer and an experienced old hunter, which begins with a hunt for man-eater lions after they start attacking local construction workers at a bridge site in Africa. There are a lot of spine-chilling ups and downs in the movie. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and enjoy. The movie opens with a scene of London in 1898. The narrator states that the story told in this movie is a true famous African adventure because what happened at Savo had never happened before. We see Colonel John Patterson walking down the hallway and is greeted by Robert Beaumont. Beaumont tells John that he is being assigned a project of overseeing construction of a rail bridge over the River Savo in Africa. This task has to be finished in 5 months without fail. John mentions that he promised his wife that he will be back before she gives birth to their child in 6 months, and he always keeps his promises. Robert says that he really doesn't care about it and he should get going. At the railway station, John bids goodbye to his wife and starts his journey for Africa. When he reaches Africa, he is greeted by Angus Sterling, who has been assigned to assist John in this project. John displays his knowledge about various wildlife by commenting on them as they pass them on the train. John is shown to be really enjoying this trip to Africa. On reaching the destination, we are introduced to Samuel. He is the local site manager supervising all activities. The next scene shows the aerial view of the complete site. John then visits the hospital and we are introduced to Dr. David Hawthorne. He advises John not to get sick in a sarcastic tone. Doctor shows John a guy who was earlier in the day attacked by a lion when he was riding on his donkey not far from the site. John assures Doctor that he will take care of the lion situation. Later that night, we see John and Angus sitting high up on a tree branch waiting to hunt the lion. A donkey has been tied to a post as a bait for the lion. Angus says that his legs are cramping and starts to go down to go to the camp, but John cautions him that it's a bad idea as the lion might eat him up before he reaches the site. Angus asks John whether he has ever hunted a lion before, to which John replies he has never seen a lion before in his life. They keep waiting for hours sitting on the tree. Angus falls asleep on the branch. Suddenly, the donkey hears the lion approaching and John fires at the lion. Everyone at the camp is very happy that the lion has been shot and the site is safe again. The next day, John visits the bridge site with Angus and Mahina. Mahina tells them that he has also killed a lion using his bare hands. Mahim has a feeling that something is watching them hidden in the tall grass. The scene cuts to 1 month later. The bridge construction is progressing well, but from a distance something hidden in the tall grass is watching them. We see a lion shadow walking in the grass. Samuel gifts John a necklace made from the claws of the lion John had killed earlier with one shot. Later, John is seen writing a letter to his wife mentioning how well the project is progressing ahead of schedule. At the same time, the workers are settling down in their tents to sleep for the night. Suddenly, one of the sleeping workers, Mahina, is pulled out of the tent by an animal. The lion drags Mahina through the grass effortlessly and kills him. The next morning, John searches and brings the body back to the hospital. Doctor is very confused with the way the body has been eaten. He questions whether it is a work of the lion or something else. Everyone is very terrorized by this event. The same night, John climbs a tree to keep watch over the camp, ready to hunt the lion. He falls asleep waiting for it. He wakes up suddenly on hearing the lion's roar but cannot see it. In the following morning, all workers strike fearing the lion as it had killed another worker last night at the far end of the camp away from where John was waiting on tree. Abdullah, the leader of the workers, is not happy, but John convinces him to build a thorn bush perimeter around the camp to keep the lion out and also resume work on the bridge. 1 week has passed without any incident since they set up the thorn perimeter, and work progress has gradually come back to normal. John receives a letter from his wife and sits in an isolated spot to read the letter, unaware that the lion is in the area observing the camp for killing his next prey. All of a sudden, the lion attacks the workers. John hears the commotion and runs towards the camp. The lion pounces on a running worker and drags him to an area under the bridge. John, Angus, and Samuel reach the spot with their guns. They see the lion tearing off the body. As John takes aim, they hear another lion on the roof of the building. The second lion jumps on them and both lions disappear in the tall grass. John is shocked to find out that there are 2 lions hunting together. They find Angus dead from the second lion attack. The narrators say that the workers named the lions the Ghost and the Darkness. Some believed that those lions were incarnations of dead medicine men who had come back to take revenge. Savo had become a place of slaughter, just like what Savo word actually meant in African. Abdullah tells John that workers are leaving because they fear their safety. John assures Abdullah that more protection is coming for them. Beaumont arrives and inquires where Angus is. Meanwhile, the workers return to work on assurance given by John. Angus's body is loaded into the train and Beaumont is surprised to see that and asks what is going on. John explains that the Lions have killed roughly 30 men till now and the project is behind schedule after 3 months of work. John's request for additional soldiers is declined. John shows Beaumont his plan to trap the lion using a human bait in the cage. Beaumont laughs at John's plan and does not believe that it will work. He informs John that he is going to bring in a world-renowned hunter named Remington. John trains few men on how to use guns. The men huddle together on the far side of the trap behind a barrier of wooden planks waiting for the lion. When the lion enters the trap, it trips the wire and the door closes behind it. The men panic and start to fire, but they are unable to hit the lion. The lion tries to break the barrier and escapes. John is really angry at the men for not able to shoot the lion. Abdullah and his workers start blaming John for all the trouble. The workers are about to attack John when Remington arrives and points a gun on Abdullah's head, asking all workers to withdraw and go back. He introduces himself to John and calls his helper hunting team formed of the Maasai tribe people. Remington inspects the current hospital and orders a new hospital to be built as he feels the current hospital is smelling of flesh and blood and is probably the next target of the lions. They prepare to hunt the lions the next day. The doctor offers his weapon to John, saying it is more powerful, to which John obliges. The next morning, they split in 2 hunting parties and surround a section of jungle within which the lions have been spotted. Remington asks John to stand guard on a higher area in case the lions slip past the hunting party. He signals the opposite group and they start to walk towards each other, making noises, cornering the lions. In excitement, John leaves his high position and enters the jungle. He comes right face to face with the lion and his gun does not fire. Sensing his death, he starts sweating like hell. As the lion prepares to jump on John, Remington shoots at it. The lion runs away and John informs Remington that the rifle misfired. Samuel tells Remington that John had exchanged his rifle with doctors last night. Remington is mad at John for coming to the battle with an unproven gun. Remington makes a new plan to trap the lions. All the patients are moved to the new hospital. Meanwhile, Remington and John start splashing blood and meat pieces all around the old hospital, making it irresistible for the lions, and hopes to shoot them when they enter the old hospital following the scent of blood and bait. They bolt the doors and stand guard and wait for the lions to turn up. As expected, the lions show up and start circling them. Tension in the air goes off the charts as a cat and mouse game begins. Remington asks John to open the door lock. Right then, the lions show up at the new hospital and start killing people. It's as if the lions sensed the trap at the old hospital, proving they were not just lions but something more demonic. The lions take revenge and kill everyone sleeping at the new hospital. By the time Remington and John run to the location, the lions are gone, leaving behind a bloody sight which sends chills and shivers up their spines. The next morning, all the workers flee in panic by taking the train, leaving John, Samuel, and Remington behind. Remington and John lift each other's morals and start tracking the lions in the jungle. They find a cave and are shocked to see a stockpile of human bones, as if the lions have been collecting them as trophies. Back at camp, John comes up with an idea of building a Macan structure and sit on top of it, waiting for lions to turn up and shoot at them. Remington plans to keep an eye on John sitting on a tree close by. The baboon senses the presence of lions and starts panicking. While John tries to figure out the location of the lion, one of the lions kills the baboon and disappears in the bushes. An owl startles John and he falls to the ground. The lion immediately jumps on him, and in a nick of time, John fires at the lion with the pistol Remington had given him earlier. They see a trail of blood and start searching for the lion on foot. The mist makes it super hard to see anything. When the lion jumps on them, Remington shoots and kills it. Finally, one of the 2 lions is dead. They celebrate their kill at the camp later with champagne. In the next scene, work at the bridge is going on in full swing. John's wife comes to visit him with their newly born son. Suddenly, the lion attacks and kills his wife and son. John wakes up shouting and in panic. Turns out this was just a bad dream he was having. He comes out of his tent and notices Remington's tent is torn to shreds and Remington is missing. John and Samuel search in the bushes and find his remains. The second lion had taken his revenge by killing Remington, who had killed his partner last night. John and Samuel burn all the bushes around the camp to clear the area. John now takes charge of the do or die situation and fearlessly goes to the bridge and fires shots in the air to invite the lion for a battle. The lion suddenly springs on him. John is able to fire a shot but loses grip on his rifle. Using his pistol, he fires few more rounds on the lion below, but the lion doesn't seem to be hit. John runs and starts climbing a tree as the lion pursues him. Samuel hears the shots and runs towards John. With no shots rounds left in his pistol, John is a sitting duck on the tree. The lion starts to climb the tree. Right at that moment, Samuel throws his rifle to John, but it hits a tree branch and falls to the ground. With nowhere to go, in a desperate attempt, John jumps to the ground, gets hold of the rifle, and fires right when the lion is about to slash him, killing it instantly. Finally, both the lions are killed. The following scene shows bridge construction going on in full swing, and a man comes to replace Angus and wishes he was there for the hunt, hearing which John laughs. Samuel gives John news of his family arriving at the train station. As he runs towards the station, Abdullah greets him with respect. John holds his son high as Remington had asked him to do after killing the lions. The narrator at the end mentions that if you today want to see the lions, they are on display in a museum in Illinois, America. I hope you like this classic movie recap. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to watch more videos like this. Turn on notifications and please leave a like to support the channel out.